the female agent encountered her mortal enemy while on a mission. When she flaunted to the man that she had gotten the target before him, he snatched it away instead. The woman rushed at him at once, and soon the two of them fought fiercely in the villa. But the woman was not as skilled in combat as the man, and before long he had her hands pinned down. The man mocked her for her poor abilities, yet the woman suddenly wore a pained expression. She shoved him away at once and told him to leave immediately. While the man was still confused, the woman suddenly grew a cat's tail and cat ears. It turned out that she was a genetically modified agent raised by the organization. Her eyes turned into the vertical slits that a cat has when it's on high alert. She raised her claws and scratched the man's face hard. Feeling that the woman had become stronger, the man hastily grabbed a peacock feather from the side. The woman's attention was drawn to the feather at once. Taking advantage of the woman's distraction with the feather, the man threw it on the ground and fled quickly. At that moment, the bodyguards who had heard the commotion rushed into the hall. Sensing danger, the woman stood up at once and fought with the group of bodyguards. But she was ultimately injected with a sedative by a bodyguard because she had underestimated the enemy. Just as she was about to faint, the man came back unexpectedly. He threw a flashbang and rescued the woman. The man put the woman into a bathtub and deduced that she was having a stress response similar to a cat's. To calm her down, he poured a bucket of ice cubes into the bathtub. The woman struggled at once, but the man held her firmly down in the bathtub. When she woke up again, she had returned to her human form. To her surprise, the man gave the stolen necklace back to her. The woman was overjoyed. However, when she handed the necklace to her superior, the superior said she had failed the mission. It turned out that what the organization needed was the confidential information hidden inside the necklace, and the man had already extracted that information. The superior warned her that if she failed a mission one more time, she would be permanently expelled from the organization. Eager to make amends for her mistake, the woman immediately asked to start the next mission. But the superior said that her next mission was to forget she was an assassin and live as a true ordinary person. The woman was incredulous, yet she had to obey and move to the new home the organization had prepared for her. However, as soon as she walked in, she met the man again. The man said he had also failed his mission, because after he had extracted the chip containing the confidential information, he had accidentally trembled and the chip had been eaten by a dog. The woman was about to mock him when the man said they were assigned the same mission this time, and they had to pretend to be a married couple. The woman had to agree to cooperate with him for the time being. Before long, the two got into a fight over who would sleep on the couch and who would take the bed. Since neither of them could gain the upper hand, the woman suggested that they could sleep in the same bed, but the man refused. They then decided to settle it by playing a quiz game, and the woman lost by 1 point. The woman tried to argue for a chance to sleep on the bed, but the man mercilessly shut the bedroom door and did not allow her to come in. The next day, as the man was preparing to go out for work, he discovered thick smoke filling the living room. He thought there was an enemy in the house and immediately became alert. The woman suddenly appeared and asked him what he was doing. She lifted the pan in her hand and asked if he wanted to eat the eggs she had fried. After seeing the burned eggs, the man finally realized that the smoke had been caused by the woman.